do this. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm actually very interested to know what you guys may think my announcement even is. So, Murphy Circle, thank you for the 3 months.
I have no idea.
Wait, are you asking
the players or are you asking people in VR?
Are you moving somewhere?
No, I'm not moving.
Considering Makari's moved.
Are you finally coming out of the closet?
Come out.
Makari's been out of the closet for a long time now.
Yeah, is Makari even in the closet at this point? Like,
Makari's not even in that.
Makari's going back in the closet.
That's right, boys. We're going back in the closet. No one's. I mean, some people have been close, but oh fuck. Well, here you go.
You can do it, Kari.
You can do it.
Wait, what now? Wait, what?
I didn't hear it.
It's on screen.
I didn't hear anything.
What?
Oh, on the stream.
It's there.
What? Oh.
It's on there.
Hey. I want to run up and hug you, but I can't hug you.
Oh, yay.
Why do you think I'm shaking?
They love you.
I'm shaking because I'm fucking nervous, alright?
Come here.
Stop crying. Have enough of those.
I can't move, so I'm just gonna rub my face on you.
Come on, my face.
Yes, perfect.
We still love you, Makari.
I love you guys so much. Thank you.
I can't do it in VRchat.
I mean, now hit that tweet button.
That was one of the things that popped in my head, but I didn't want to assume.
Yeah, that's
Like,
what
pick
I
it up.
was
Yeah.
like. Yeah, that's the only like actual thing that could pop in my head.
Thank you guys. I appreciate it.
That was the only thing I could think of, but again, I didn't want to assume.
Oh, Yumiko! Thank you. Okay, so I realize this might need a little bit of explaining, and I will make an actual YouTube video to kind of go with it, but to anyone that's kind of known me for a really long time, this has been like a really big thing in my life for a really long time. Yeah, so it's been part of my life for a lot longer than I've been streaming. I mean, as I said, I've been very I've been very transparent and very obvious with the fact that this has been kind of a thing coming. I mean, fuck.
At least you became a succubus with boobs. If people couldn't put 2 and 2 together, I'm just
Well,
saying.
no, that you can have a character that has boobs and everything and make it not necessarily meaningful.
You are so precious. Continue being the amazing person that you are.
It was
Go Makari.
So in kind of a in kind of a sort of short reference of it, I've been trans for pretty much my entire life. As far back as when I was even 8, I've kind of known this. For many different reasons, my life kind of led me down a path where I wasn't able to express myself in that way. And for such a long time, I kind of forgot the kind of person I actually was. And over like the last... It was about 7 months ago. Okay, this is going to be completely ruin the mood. But the epiphany moment came where Siren and myself were having a conversation.
Oh my god.
Siren walked in the room and said, "Hey Makari, you got a nice butt." And I was like, "Thanks, I'd rather have yours though." And it was... Holy shit, I realize how silly this sounds, but it was that moment where I said I would rather have yours. And I thought about it, like, I've always appreciated my femininity more than my masculinity, and then it started connecting things in my head that I realized that I'd been kind of... I'd never really been happy with my masculinity.
Well, actually, the entire conversation was Siren going, I like your butt, Makari. I don't like my
yes, for
butt.
the moment, I
Me
wanna
going,
be
why
this.
not? I love your butt.
To
Makari
support.
going, I want to be a girl.
Yeah.
In that exact sentence.
But here's the TLDR of kind of the entire thing. When I was, I was very effeminate even as when I was 8, and I had several points in my life where I was kind of inclining towards this kind of notion, and there came a point where, for a few different reasons, which I'll not necessarily specify here, I didn't have to, but I chose to give up on that for the sake of other people. And after a while, I kind of forgot my true self. And it's a notion I've been talking about over the last few months, is being the best you that you can be. And that's kind of what made me realize I haven't been my true self for a long time.
I love you no matter what, Makari, and everyone else does too.
And anyone who's been here for more than a few months would kind of recognize that point where I changed from being that very loud, manly person to being far more flamboyant and effeminate, because that's who I used to be. I mean, it kind of ties hand in hand with the VTube thing, but the VTubing thing was kind of what helped me realize that I was kind of... Because originally, when I started using the VTube model, I hadn't really realized it at that point. It was literally just to cover up the fact that I'd had surgery. And as I started using the VTube model and I was using it to almost act out this character, I realized that that was what I used to be like. And that was kind of what made me realize I wanted to be like that again. And then for over a couple of months, I kind of, realized that even more about myself. Later. And really, I
like this.
I guess it's just been a long time coming, and I'm glad I get to share it with all of you guys.
Yeah.
You know?
Like that song, so this is probably
I'm so happy.
Love you back then.
Another group hug.
Yeah, and as I said, I'm incredibly happy with the fact I get to share this with not only the community that's helped me embrace myself, but I've had a loving fiance to look after me as well through all of this.
Here to hear this.
It's gonna sadly sleep.
Next guy will see the tweet though.
No, he's only had hair surgery.
Yeah, so here's where I am at with this whole thing at the moment. So the surgery to my scalp was partially for an issue that I was suffering with, but it was also to kind of give me a more effeminate hairline. I'm having laser hair removal on my face quite soon, and I actually had I'm having my official diagnosis on the 6th.
Oh,
Congratulations.
So yeah, that's where I'm at, and
God, I'm
oh fuck, I'm a bubbly mess about all this, but
If it makes you feel better, as it does all women, there is chocolate fair.
You don't have to worry.
all I can say is thank you so much to everyone who was here for this, and thank you to everyone who's been supporting me over the years, because it finally feels like I'm on the right track of being the person and the creator that I want to be.
We can talk fashion with you. I can talk
And,
fashion with you.
and you know what? It's the funny thing as well is that a lot of people probably kind of guessed this ages ago. I've been about as blunt as a brick to the face, and this whole thing with me trying to soften my voice. It was partially because I wanted to learn how to speak better, but it is kind of trying to get back to how I used to speak when I was a lot younger, and just generally having better control of my voice anyway.
I'm gonna save this, Avatar. This is a good support, Avatar.
Yeah.
We all love you.
Let's save this.
I know. I've been scared for so long to kind of get to that, because it's not that I would ever let other people's opinions. I know. I'm gonna get to it all in a second. It's not that I would let anyone else's opinion affect me, but it is kind of that thing where I wanted to choose the right time and to be around the right people, and I guess it was that time. I feel that's actually kind of the thing as well. I live by this idea of not letting other people dictate who I am, and I think because of that time we've spent embracing that mantra of be the best you that you can be, it kind of got not only myself but our community in kind of that stead where we acknowledge that. And it's the same to anyone, not just myself. I don't think anyone should ever be ashamed or afraid of who they are.
And thanks to you, Makari, I know I'm a demi.
It's a big
And that's
step.
all of you.
Are you opening my packages?
No.
Leave my packages alone. Get off.
Makari,
So yes, for the first time on stream, I can officially say I'm trans. You can call me he. I mean, you can. I would prefer going by she, her, them, they. But I am entirely aware that it's going to be a bit of a transition. Get it? Haha, transition. It's going to be a bit of a transition for a lot of people. So if people call me he or him, please don't rag them for it. It's as much of a change for everyone else as it is me. And, you know...
Buzzing has been trying to
And
help
I've
me
known for a while and
get
Tyron's
used to
still
that
learning.
in advance.
And... you know,
You have corrected
I
me
am still going
sometimes.
to be going by Makari for the time being. I did have the intention of changing my real name to Kari. But, yeah.
That's a nice name.
But thank you. Like, everyone, thank you so much for being here for me. Thank you so much for being here for this.
Makari, is it might be a bit
We
too early
definitely
to
need a
ask,
screenshot
but
with all of us trans bunnies.
Argo, what's that?
Well, Makari,
They want it now.
Akku's right behind you.
to your right.
Akku's.
Yeah. Does
Yeah.
that mean both of you will be wearing dresses at the wedding?
That's a different story. That's a different story.
Oh my.
Yeah, sorry.
Wedding dress.
Probably going to be wearing the suit. Let's be real.
You don't want to because it's too expensive.
my foot is almost dying. I'm gonna say goodbye now.
All right, no worries, Yumi. Catch you later, my love. All right, guys. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you. I kind of wish I'd recorded this now, but
Well, see you later, dude. I mean,
Somebody can like grab this. Somebody can grab.
yeah, highlight.
yeah, I could probably go back into the VOD actually.
Yeah, highlight it.
I mean, I know Exo wants to see this.
Yeah, I might make a bit more of a.
Surrounded by almost all the like
Yeah.
All the trans
a promo picture.
All the trans.
Yeah, well, I'm not sure. I might end up I might end up just highlighting this section and uploading that instead. I was also possibly thinking of maybe making a separate video entirely, but I don't know. I'll think about that. I'll be making something about that.
If you need help, just give me a poke.
Oh, fantastic. Yeah, Rylan, there's so many people around me who've been like, there have been so many massive inspirations as to how, like, I've met so many people over the last few months who've been massive inspirations for me with all of this.
Yoink.
And you know, I've used that kind of emotional power from people like Danny, people like Rylan, everyone else who's kind of gone through this been going through this journey already. It's kind of been there to help give me inspiration and power to keep going with it and to really grab it myself. And hey, now you guys are going to be along with me for the journey as well.
Grab it by the balls.
Yeah.
Grab the balls and rip them off. Ow.
What?
What are you doing?
Maybe don't rip.
What are you doing?
I don't know. Ankles. All I'm gonna say, dude, we haven't really gotten that far through things to know yet. So, you know, trans is not a black and white thing. A lot of people go different levels through the trans process, and I'm only at the stage at the moment where I'm trying to recognize where I am. So,